Hello, welcome to case-based learning of cardiac MRI on mricardiac.com. Middle-aged male with history of ischemic heart disease and post-LAD stenting status presented with severe chest pain accompanied with heaviness and sweatings. Troponin levels were significantly elevated. However, there were no ECG changes. This is invasive catheter angiogram of the same patient. It shows presence of stent in the LAD, which is patent. However, there is moderate disease in the LAD distal to the stent. Moreover, there is also disease in the circumflex artery, moderate severity stenosis. So the dilemma was whether LAD or LCX, which is the culprit vessel. Cardiac MRI was suggested for further workup. These are cine short axis images, which shows no evidence of regional wall motion abnormality. Ejection fraction was also within normal limits. 2-chamber, 4-chamber, 3-chamber images. Again, there is no evidence of wall thickening or thinning. No regional wall motion abnormality is seen. Post-gadolinium images obtained after 10 minutes showed focal transmural LGE in the lateral wall, as seen over here. Small foci in distal apical septum could represent previous infarct in the distal LAD territory. T1 mapping images reveal increased T1 values in the lateral wall corresponding to the same scar in the LG images. T2 mapping values in the septum in the same area were also significantly elevated. So in view of clinical symptoms of acute chest pain with elevated troponins and this CMR findings of transmural focal scar with elevated T1 and T2 mapping values, these features are suggestive of ACS or acute coronary syndrome in LCX territory. How cardiac MRI has helped in this case? Basically, identification of culprit lesion is paramount importance because depending on that, treatment can be planned. It also helps to rule out other cardiac diseases like myocarditis, which can also release cardiac enzymes. In our case, troponin levels showed downtrend, which again confirmed the ischemic variety rather than the myocarditis. CMR can also exclude other abnormalities such as LV clot, thrombi, aneurysms, and depending on the extent of involvement and scar, it can prognosticate the disease. Recently published guidelines by SCMR on evaluation and diagnosis of chest pain. It shows that in patients with acute chest pain and no history of coronary artery disease, CMR is equally to other tests and it shows class of recommendation is level 1 while and it has this is the level of evidence. Let us understand about class of recommendation. So whenever there is class 1 recommendation, it is a very strongly recommended and benefits definitely outweighs the risk. Class 2A is moderate and other depending relatively, while this is LOE is level of evidence, which again depending on the what kind of study has been published in literature, level of evidence has been given. So as is seen in this case, CMR has definitely recommendation in the patient with acute and stable chest pain. In the same article, there are interesting flow charts which are mentioned about the treatment planning and the protocol of investigation for every variety of disease. For example, in a patient with chest pain and intermediate risk with known CAD, it is once you get an obstructive CAD, it is important that you can perform any stress testing with stress CMR or stress echo. So this kind of flow charts definitely helps in guiding patient management. It is also important to know about clinical aspects of chest pain and about which type of chest pain will have probability of ischemia. It is an interesting article and must read for all cardiac radiologists. Which type of pain will have more ischemia and what is to be done in different kind of chest pain. That is all explained in the same article. Similar concepts can also be found on Cardiac MRI Simplified, our book. For any feedback and suggestions, please mail us on info@mricardiac.com and stay tuned for further cases. Thank you.